Hello friends, this is Swati Agrawal, Faculty of Mathematics, Oriental Institute of Science and Technology. Today I will explain the integral of complex function part 2. Part 2 means the remaining part of the complex function. Here we have the content, singular points, different singularities and poles, residue theorem. Singular point function. A singular point function is a point at which the function ceases to be analytic. Here we have an example, fz is equal to 1 upon z minus 2. The function has a singularity at z is equal to 0. That is, at the z is equal to 0, function is not an analytic or not defined. Different singularities and the poles. Isolated singularity. A point A is said to be an isolated singularity of the function fz if fz is analytic at each point of in some neighborhood of the point A defined by mod of z minus A is less than delta except at the point A itself. Otherwise, it is called the non-isolated singularity. Isolated singularity or pole, which is equal to fz is equal to gz upon z minus z0 to the power n, where n is a positive integer. Gz is analytic at all the points in some neighborhood containing z is equal to z0, and g of z0 is not equal to 0. The fz has a pole of order n at z is equal to z0. Here an alternative definition for that fz has a pole of order n at z is equal to z0 is limit z tends to z0, z minus z0 to the power n, fz is equal to a. Fz is analytic and a is finite non-zero complex number. If a is equal to 0, then z is equal to z0 is a pole of order less than n. If a is infinite, then z is equal to z0 is a pole of order greater than n. If z is equal to z0 is a pole of fz, this implies that mod of fz tends to infinite as z tends to z0. From any direction, if no finite n satisfy the limit, this implies that there is an essential singularity. Now pole and zeros. We remind that suppose fz is analytic at z0 and fz is equal to an z minus z0 to the power n plus an plus 1 z minus z0 to the power n plus 1 and so on, with an is not equal to 0, then we say f has a 0 of n at z0. If n is equal to 1, we say a simple 0. Suppose f has an isolated singularity at z0 and the Lorentz series state that fz is equal to bn z minus z0 to the power n plus bn minus 1 z minus z0 to the power n minus 1 and b1 and so on, b1 upon z minus z0 plus of a0 a1 plus of a1 z minus z0 and so on, which converges on mod of z minus z0 lies between 0 to r, and with bn is not equal to 0, then we say f has a pole of order n at z0. If n is equal to 1, we say z0 is a simple pole. Here we have a suitable example. Fz is equal to z plus 1 upon z cube z square plus 1 has an isolated singularity at z is equal to 0 and plus minus I, and a 0 z at z is equal to minus 1. We will show that z is equal to 0 is a pole of order 3 and z is equal to plus minus I are the poles of order 1. and z is equal to minus 1 is a 0 of order 1. How to obtain the residue? Now by the Laurent series we know that fz is equal to this much. Multiply both the sides z minus z0 to the power n. We get we get this much, z minus z to the power n, fz is equal to this much. Then differentiate with respect to z in order m minus 1 of z minus z0 to the power m fz, and RHS becomes m minus 1 factorial a minus 1, the summation of n is equal to 1 to infinite bn z minus z0 to the power n. By taking the limit z tends to z0, this will become r of z0, that is residue of z0, which is known as b1. This is equal to limit of z tends to z0 1 upon m minus 1 factorial dm minus 1 dzm minus 1 z minus z0 to the power m fz, residue at z is equal to z0. For the simple pole m is equal to 1, the residue of z0 is equal to limit z tends to z0 z minus z0 fz. If fz has a simple pole at z is equal to 0 and fz is equal to gz upon hz, where gz is analytic and non-zero at the z0 and h0 at the point z0 is equal to h of z at the point z0 is equal to 0. Therefore, the residue of, at z is equal to z0, it will become g of z0 divided by h dash z0. Here the statement of the residue theorem. Consider a function fz with an isolated singularity at z0, defined on a region z minus z0, which is lies between 0 to r. Then with the Laurent series, fz is equal to summation of n is equal to 1 to infinite bn z minus z0 to the power n plus of n is equal to 0 to infinite an z minus z to the power n. The residue of f at the z0 is b1. This is denoted by residue of f of z0 and this is equal to b1, or residue at z is equal to z0 of f is equal to b1. The statement of the residue theorem is fz is continuous within and on a closed contour C and analytic except for a finite number of poles within C. This will become integral of C fz dz. This is equal to 2 pi I summation of Rj, where Rj is the sum of the residues of fz at its pole within C. Assume now that f is an analytic function with isolated singularity z0, z1, z2, z3, so on, zn, and C is a closed piecewise smooth positive oriented curve within whose interior contains the singularities z1, z2, zn. If r1 and zn, if r1, r2, rn, so on rn are the residue at z1, z2 and so on zn, then integral of C fz dz is equal to 2 pi I r1 plus r2 plus r3 plus so on rn. This step is known as residue theorem. That fz is equal to 1 upon z square plus minus 1. Find the residue of all isolated singularity of f and evaluate integral of fz dz, where C is a circle of radius 2 centered at 0. It is a suitable example to explain the residue and residue theorem. Note that z square plus 1 is equal to z plus I z minus I. Therefore, f has a singularities at the point z0, I minus I. 0 as a pole of order 2 and plus minus I is a pole of order 1. The residue at the 0 can be computed by the formula limit z tends to 0 by dz z square fz, which becomes 0. The residue of at I can be computed as limit z tends to I, z minus I fz, limit of this much, taking limit, by taking limit it will become I plus 2, I upon 2. The residue at minus I is limit z tends to minus I, z plus I fz, it will become minus I by 2. Therefore, by the residue theorem, we know that the value of integral of fz dz is equal to 2 pi I sum of the residue. Therefore, the value of integral fz dz is equal to 2 pi I 0 plus I by 2 minus I by 2. It will become 0. Therefore, integral of fz dz is equal to 0. Thank you everyone.